What's going on, people? Welcome back to the channel. It's Friday night. It's time for another knife review. Tonight's knife is the SOG Twitch 2, and this knife has been around for about 20 years. Still being manufactured today. Still pretty popular today. Right now, you can get this knife on Amazon with the big spring deal they're running, about $30. So if you're interested in this knife after the review, hop over to Amazon. That's where I'd buy it. I wouldn't want to spend anything over $40, especially $50. I think Walmart sells it for about 50 bucks. Anyway, this knife has anodized aluminum scales. You got yourself a lanyard hole running through it. You got yourself a reversible tip-up right side and left side carry. It's not a deep carry. It's going to stick up about a ½ inch or so out of your pocket. T6 torque bits for the clip in the body. T8 for the pivot screw. And underneath this pivot screw, you got yourself a coil spring for the SAT technology, for the spring-assisted technology. Got a flipper tab that protrudes through the locking mechanism here, which is pretty well thought out. And you got some jimping there, jimping on the button for the lockback. This knife does feature a safety button, so it won't open when it's closed and it won't close when it's open. It has a flat ground AUS 8 satin finished drop point blade. You can see there it says AUS 8 made in Taiwan. You see a little spot there where the spring for the coil underneath here sits. All in all, I think it's a decent little knife. I wouldn't want to pay anything over, definitely not $50, but $40, maybe $40. But if you can get it right now, 30 bucks, I'd highly recommend that. You can close this knife one-handed. You just got to push on the lock back there, pull down on the flipper tab, flip your hand over, close it. So it can be done one-handed. So it's not a big deal. It comes out a lot better with the thumb studs. You could hear the lockup sounding difference versus the flipper tab, and I'll flick it pretty hard. There you go. It still locks up though. There's no issues with that, but definitely a lot better with the thumb studs. But I do prefer to use the flipper tab. Just more fidget friendly that way. Let's get a size on this bad boy, huh? The size of this knife is sitting at 6 1/4 inches. The blade is coming up to the scales at 2 3/4, and the cutting edge is looking around 2.6, 2.65, something like that. We're gonna get a weight. Weight of this knife. 72.6 grams, 2.6 ounces. Now let's put it up against the SOG Twitch 3. My coworker and friend Josh let me borrow his Twitch 3 to do a review. So I appreciate that, Josh. Shout out to Josh. Very cool little knife. There you go. We're going to do a review on this thing, a full review as well. SOG Altair XR. SOG Terminus XR. And the SOG 10 XR. There you go for size comparison. So, I think this knife is pretty cool. There's one little issue that I have with this knife, and that issue would be that it does not have any washers. So when it's closed, it has quite a bit of wiggle in there. When it's open, however, it goes away. So maybe just ever so slightly, but hardly noticeable at all. But when you close it, you can see right now. I close it, I can move this blade to whatever side I want. Not a big deal. I mean, it closes and it does its thing. But it's a little bothersome. But I don't think in the grand scheme of things, I don't think it's going to affect its performance as far as, when it's open and cutting and all that. Pretty good ergonomically. Like I said, you get your nice spot for your thumb. Your finger rests underneath the flipper tab. You can get your hand on it pretty well. It is pretty comfortable in the hand. I do think the engineering behind this knife is done pretty well. It's pretty well thought out. When you lock it, like I said, you're not going to be able to close it. And when you close it, you won't be able to open it. So, nice little safety feature. A lot of people hate that safety feature, but whatever, it's there. Better for it to be there and not use it than for it to just not be there. So I kind of give that a pro. I think it's a decent little knife, especially for the price. You can't really go wrong. AUS 8 steel is pretty good. It's going to hold a very sharp edge, but maybe not for the longest time frame. But it sharpens very easily, and it does get very, very sharp. On the chart of edge retention, Boom, there you go. Pause the screen if you want to see this. AUS 8 steel sits right here next to these other steels. I think that's about wrapping it up. I think that we got everything we could do with this knife. If you're interested in it, go pick it up at Amazon as cheap as you can. Other than that, I hope you guys have a great Friday night. I'm going to catch you probably tomorrow night. I'm going to do a review on the SOG Twitch 3. Once again, I want to thank Josh for letting me borrow his knife. Very cool knife. I will not abuse his knife. But anyway, peace out, everybody.